The Miller family boarded the great ship Sea Star, waving goodbye to the crowded harbour. David, Emily, their son Ethan, and little daughter Lily felt excitement rising in their hearts. The ocean sparkled under the golden sun as the ship set sail. Children laughed on deck while adults enjoyed the cool breeze. Ethan leaned over the railing, pointing at dolphins dancing in the waves. Lily clapped with joy, her eyes shining like pearls. That night, the sea grew darker than ink, swallowing the horizon. Emily pulled her children close, whispering a prayer for safety. Suddenly, the ship trembled as thunder roared overhead. David glanced at the captain, who gripped the wheel with tense hands. Rain lashed down, turning the deck slippery and dangerous. Passengers hurried inside, clutching their belongings. The storm grew wilder, waves crashing like mountains. The family huddled together, fear flickering in their eyes. Lightning split the sky, revealing the endless angry sea. Lily cried, burying her face into Emily's shawl. David whispered encouragement, though his voice shook. He promised his children they would reach the other side. The captain's voice thundered, "Hold on tight, the sea is testing us." His crew fought against the storm, ropes snapping under pressure. Water splashed into the cabin, soaking the wooden floor. Emily lifted Lily onto her lap, calming her with lullabies. Ethan's eyes widened as the ship tilted dangerously. He held his father's hand, refusing to let go. The ship groaned like a wounded giant against the raging ocean. Passengers prayed aloud, voices trembling with fear. Suddenly, a monstrous wave rose higher than the mast. It crashed down, shaking the ship like a toy. Darkness swallowed the deck lights, plunging everyone into chaos. The storm howled as if it wanted to devour them whole. David kept whispering, "Stay strong, my family, stay strong." Emily nodded, forcing courage into her trembling heart. Hours dragged on, each wave heavier than the last. The crew shouted commands, trying to keep order. Ethan peeked out the window, seeing endless black water. He shivered, clutching Lily's small hand. The captain announced the worst was not yet over. The sea still had fury left to unleash. A sudden crash echoed. The cargo hold had burst open. Wood and crates slammed against the ship's walls. David rushed to help the crew, tightening ropes and knots. Emily begged him to stay safe, her eyes full of worrying. The wind screamed louder, tearing through sails. No one knew if the ship would survive the night. Another wave struck, drenching everyone on deck. David coughed, gripping the railing for dear life. The children were moved to a safer corner of the cabin. Emily whispered stories to distract them from fear. Hours later, the storm began to weaken. The waves lowered, though the sky remained grey. Exhausted, the family leaned against each other. They had survived the worst, but danger still lingered. Morning light broke through the clouds, pale and weak. The ocean, though calmer, still hid secrets beneath. The captain warned, "We lost some supplies in the storm. Food and water would need careful sharing." Ethan asked if they would still reach land. David smiled faintly, "Yes, son, we will." Days passed with slow progress across the sea. The ship creaked, scarred from the storm's fury. Strange shadows appeared in the water below. The sailors whispered about creatures of the deep. Lily pointed at a dark fin circling the ship. The crew grew tense, preparing for the unknown. A pod of whales surfaced, their calls echoing. Everyone sighed in relief, fear turning to awe. But soon, heavy fog wrapped the ship like a blanket. Visibility shrank until nothing but mist surrounded them. The horn blared as the captain steered carefully. Each moment felt like drifting into mystery. In the fog, ghostly shapes of rocks appeared. The ship narrowly avoided a deadly crash. Emily clutched Lily tightly, whispering gratitude. Ethan kept his eyes fixed on his father. After hours, the fog slowly lifted away. Blue sky returned, filling everyone with hope. The family stepped onto deck, breathing deeply. They felt as if reborn after endless trials. Seagulls appeared, circling above the waves. Their cries signaled that land was near. The children cheered, pointing toward the distant horizon. Emily's eyes welled with tears of relief. David lifted Lily into his arms, smiling at last. The sea's anger was finally behind them. The captain announced, "We will reach harbour by evening." Passengers erupted in cheers and applause. The ship glided smoothly, sails filled with calm wind. Everyone began preparing to disembark. Emily hugged David, whispering, "We survived together." David kissed her forehead, strength returning to his eyes. The coastline grew clearer with every passing hour. Palm trees and golden beaches welcomed them from afar. Seagulls danced overhead as the ship entered the bay. The sea, once their enemy, now looked peaceful. The Miller family held hands as the harbour came closer. Their journey of fear was ending in triumph. Finally, the ship docked safely at the destination. The family stepped ashore, stronger than ever before.